Recently, Taraji P Henson popped up at Game 4 of the Knicks game looking, well, different. Very different. Her nose looked thinner, her jawline was razor sharp, and her brows were practically touching her hairline. And guys were just like, what in the world is going on with her? Did she go under the knife to fix her face? Cause it sure doesn't look like the same person. And don't get me started on the allegation that she wants to get a BBL too. Taraji, girl. Honey, is it that after years of fighting for equal pay, screaming from the rooftops that black women are undervalued, and literally fleeing to Bali to keep from getting bitter, our girl Taraji finally looked in the mirror and decided she had to play by their visual rules just to keep her seat at the table? Well, guess what? Apparently, Taraji has also got fellow celebrities talking about her changed appearance, and rumor has it that Nia Long has been clowning Taraji over her supposedly botched new face situation. I guess these two haven't sorted out the mess between them, but let's just get right into this Taraji situation. Okay guys, one thing we all have to admit is that the lengths these Hollywood stars are going to just to keep their faces from moving, melting, or aging is getting completely out of hand. It used to be that celebrities would just get a little subtle filler, a little Botox here and there, and maybe a really good chemical peel. But lately, it feels like people are waking up with entirely new facial structures over the weekend. Of course, they are doing this because Hollywood treats aging like it's a contagious disease, especially for women. The minute a female lead hits 35, the industry starts looking past her for the next 21-year-old. So the older women are always under so much pressure to appear younger. Anywho, this brings us right back to our girl Taraji P Henson. When she popped up courtside at that Knicks game in June 2026, looking so intensely snatched, the internet immediately lost its mind, claiming she got a whole new face. On one hand, we had people straight up bashing her, calling the look plastic, unrecognizable, and screaming that she had officially succumbed to the Hollywood machine. However, on the other hand, there were people who said that Taraji looked completely rejuvenated, radiant, and unbelievably snatched. Her supporters were quick to defend her, pointing out that she's pushing 60 and looks better than people in their 20s. Then there's Nia Long, who allegedly joined the conversation and was clowning Taraji. First of all, in case you are wondering why Nia Long would even be clowning Taraji, you need to understand that these two don't have the best relationship, and I will tell you why. Allegedly, back in the day, Nia had said some pretty terrible things about Taraji as her star was rising, and apparently she didn't think Taraji deserved all the opportunities she was getting. See, there were just a few handful of ladies when Nia started out, and based on reports, she felt that it was not fair that opportunities were being given to newer people in the industry like Taraji, when she was among those who fought really hard for black people to even get space in the industry.
Started really working as an actress. There were about 4 of us. Jada Pinkett Smith, Halle Berry, Regina King, and Jasmine Guy. But the women that I was in constant competition with, mostly it was me and Jada. It was like, oh, do you want the brown-skinned spicy girl or do you want the light-skinned spicy girl? Which one do you want? And if you look at the history of film during that time, you will see how we were.
Things actually got pretty tense on the set of Empire after Nia got a recurring role on season 3, playing an ex of Lucius Lyon, who was in the process of getting back together with Taraji's character, Cookie. However, her character was taken out of the show pretty quickly, and according to sources, it had a lot to do with how Nia was relating with the cast and crew during production of the show. For starters, she was habitually late for her scenes, and her co-stars would sometimes be waiting on set for 30 minutes. Also, when Nia Long didn't show up, producers would use a stand-in for her so that Taraji and Terrence Howard could rehearse their scenes, and it reached a point where Taraji just couldn't handle it anymore. According to insiders, things escalated on one of those occasions when Nia was late, and one person on set asked her, "Why are you always on black people's time?" Apparently, Nia went off on the guy so badly that Taraji had to intervene, and she allegedly said to Nia, "Why are you so mad? Are you on your period?" I know, that was hard. Well, it's possible that Taraji was just trying to make a light joke, but Nia supposedly didn't see anything funny, and that is when the tension on set got worse. And it wasn't just about Nia arriving late every time, by the way. Sources also said that the hair and makeup people lodged a formal complaint against Nia Long, which was the first time they had filed a formal complaint against anyone, and the show had hosted numerous guest stars. They actually said Nia was extremely disrespectful, and at times decided she didn't like her look at the last minute and would then proceed to chew everyone out. Basically, anyone who knows Taraji well, or has worked with her, knows that she goes hard for the crew members of a production, and she was not about to let Nia disrespect the Empire crew in her presence. So, again, Taraji had a huge problem with how Nia treated the crew members, and this caused more tension on set. Other than this, there were also reports that they both wanted to be the star of the show, and a source even told E! News about this. Tensions calmed between them towards the end of the season, but it comes down to the fact that they both have been in the industry for so long and both want to be the star. Unfortunately for Nia, Taraji is the star of Empire, and no one and nothing will ever change that. Nia came with her own ideas, and they weren't having it. By the way, based on reports, tensions rose to such levels that the source confirmed producers were looking into ways to shoot their joint scenes separately. Like it was that difficult to have 2 alpha females on set at the same time. Let's just say that the two never sorted out their differences, and if word on the street is anything to go by, Nia is one of the people who has been clowning Taraji's new look, and a lot of people are very surprised that Nia Nia is allegedly clowning Taraji. Like, why are we always trying to tear each other down when we are fighting the exact same system? Taraji has been practically screaming, shedding tears, and fleeing to Bali because she's exhausted from fighting for her basic worth. And for Nia to allegedly hop on the internet bandwagon and clown Taraji's physical appearance is just cheap. Instead of showing solidarity and saying, look at the insane pressure Hollywood puts on our bodies and faces just to stay employed, she's out here clowning Taraji? Is Nia forgetting she's in the same boat? Nia is a legendary beauty, yes, but she is navigating the exact same ageist, sexist Hollywood landscape, and pushing another black actress under the bus to keep yourself looking like the natural, untouched queen just feeds the monster that's trying to eat both of them. Yes, we know these two have had bad blood since back in the day, but using a woman's alleged struggle with body image or aging under the intense pressure of the spotlight as ammo for an old grudge, that is petty with a capital P. So, Nia, sister, if you're reading the room, and it's true that you are clowning Taraji, please take a step back. We need our legends protecting each other, not handing the internet more rocks to throw. Anyway, Taraji already clapped back at the face surgery rumors and said that she's on Broadway and has zero time to heal from being sliced and diced. Plus, her new look could quite literally be the result of the healthy lifestyle she has embraced. I mean, remember when she revealed she completely gave up alcohol? If you've ever watched her older interviews, her face would sometimes look a little round and puffy because alcohol causes crazy inflammation. And when you cut that out, get healthy, and lose a little weight, your face gets naturally snatched. So it is possible she just shed the water weight and got a masterclass in contouring. Period. But even if Taraji did get a little help, or even if she was tempted to, can we really blame her? This is a woman who has spent her entire adult life fighting a multi-front war in Hollywood. She's had to fight for equal pay, fight for basic respect, fight the myth that black films don't travel overseas, and fight an industry that systematically undervalues black women as they get older. At 55 years old, she is looking at a space where Hollywood practically stops offering juicy, complex, sexy roles to black women and gives them roles like the grieving mother. So if the industry is constantly telling you that your worth is tied to how vibrant, youthful, and sellable you look, wouldn't you at least consider doing whatever it takes to protect your bag? Anyway, guys, this entire issue with Taraji has just got everyone talking, but I'd love to know your thoughts on her allegedly going under the knife to fit in, and also the allegation that Nia has